What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. It is that time of the month again where a new Forbidden and Limited list in Master Duel will shortly be announced. And in this video today, we are going to talk about the possible changes, the changes that we're wishing for, whether we're expecting a bigger or, as per usual in Master Duel, a rather small list. All of those kind of things will be discussed here with Twitch chat as we're currently live on Twitch. So if you're seeing this right now on YouTube, make sure to next time also head on over to Twitch and watch all of this unfold live. And, well, there is a couple of things that definitely need to be addressed in Master Duel. I know I am not the only person saying that, but I think one card is outstanding. So let's get into the game and let's talk about that card as the very first. One card, I believe, everyone and their mother is agreeing on. Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, needs to go. This card is forbidden in the TCG. This card is forbidden in the OCG. Why is it still around in Master Duel? Why do we have to protect it so much? There is no reason for it. In Master Duel, like, Malice is crazy strong, and the fact that they can also play this makes it even more strong, because if they could not also just always go into Appaloosa, Nibiru would be way more valid of an answer against the Malice strategy, but because they have those opportunities to go into Appaloosa early, it makes it way more awkward to interact with Nibiru against the Malice deck, and just in general, having this generic negation monster that Appaloosa is, always being there on so many different decks and fields, it needs to stop. It just literally needs to stop. Please, Master Duel devs, if you're seeing this right now, please hit Appaloosa to 0. That card has done enough. I've summoned it myself plenty of times, but now we don't need it anymore, okay? The time of Appaloosa is over and gone. I've heard some weird, suspicious theories that they are not going to forbid Appaloosa because it has an alternative artwork in the game. Like, nah, right? Surely that cannot be an excuse. Surely that cannot be the reason why we're not hitting Appaloosa. So, Appaloosa, I think, is the first big, generic, problematic card that needs to go. And therefore, something that is just a no-brainer to me that will more than likely also happen. The question now just simply is, as I also said in the intro, will this just be a small list or will this be a big list? And if you ask me, I think Master Duel will just continue to go the way it has been going now basically since release. It will just do one small list after another, because it has the opportunity to change the format monthly. You don't need those big changes, because you can month after month just little after little limit the things that you want to limit a little more. So that card, just please get it out of our eyes. Appaloosa should be gone with this list, and I think it will be gone as well. So keeping it generic, the next card I have on the list is generic in general, but it of course has home in all of the Mitsurugi decks, as I am talking about a card that also quite recently has been forbidden in the TCG because of its strong relevancy in Mitsurugi related decks. King of the Feral Imps allows so many different decks that are able to summon level 4s, like of course Variety Strategy, like even Orcust, to bridge into Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi as an engine is one of the craziest engines we've ever seen in the game, but it's not out in Master Duel for very long, so I don't think we're going to see any direct hits to Mitsurugi. Like, I saw people speculating about maybe Mitsurugi Prayers to 1 or to 2, maybe Habakiri to 1 or to 2. That is a thing I can see along the way. That is a thing I can see happening eventually. I don't think it is going to happen just yet, though. And therefore, I think King of the Feral Imps is a card that they should forbid to just address those combination archetypes. Apira is saying, I think that's too early, but sure. I don't know. I feel like, because in my perfect world in this prediction, I would like to address Malice again. Malice has already been addressed on the last list, but I think we want to go ahead and do it on this list again, like giving a little bit more of a hit to it, because Malice is just still so incredibly overwhelmingly strong and still winning tournaments and leading the ladder and everything. So I want to, like, if we hit Malice hard and don't hit Mitsurugi at all, it's just all Mitsurugi, if you ask me. So I feel like that cornerstone hit on the Mitsurugi strategy is what I'm looking for, just getting rid of King of the Pharaoh Limbs. And another thing that I can see, something that was not done in the TCG or OCG, I'm pretty sure, but that's also like an indirect hit to it. I think Pre-Preparation of Rites is so crazy of a card for Mitsurugi. It just ups the consistency of the deck so hard. So I can see this card being limited. I can see this card being limited or semi-limited, to be honest. Like, some kind of hit to Pre-Preparation of Rites. I know it's not necessarily a card people are complaining about like crazy. It's not a quote-unquote super oppressive card or anything. But I feel like the potential of this card is just very high. Like, now with that strong of a ritual archetype finally be available, you see the potential of this card and why it is so strong. Like, always giving you access to the Mitsurugi ritual monster that you're missing, which is usually and mostly Habakiri. And then additionally to that, also giving you the Mitsurugi Mirror. And people are underestimating what Mitsurugi Mirror is good at. Like, Mitsurugi Mirror is one heck of a card. Like, sure, drawing it so you cannot resolve Pre-Preparation of Rites is very annoying, but the card is good. It's another way to ritual summon. It just gives you usually a Futsu on top. It gives you all 3 different ritual monsters if you're playing the pure approach of the deck. So I feel like hitting Pre-Preparation of Rites is not the worst idea. Next up, I said I want to hit Malice in some fashion. And it's not easy. How are we going to address Malice? How is the best way to possibly go after the deck? And I think the approach that Master Duel is usually taking, and that I think we're also going to continue taking here on the Malice strategy, is just go down the consistency even more. I see ban Whitebinder in chat. Whitebinder. I don't think they're going to ban any of them. I don't think they're going to put any of them to the forbidden part of the game. I feel like we're just going to hit consistency even more. And in that regard, it's actually tough to find more things that you would want to limit or semi-limit it. So I guess a combination of maybe White Rabbit plus Marches semi-limit. Maybe Chessie as well. Haas is also saying, I think they will put 2 of them to 2. I think exactly the same. I think it is very reasonable to assume that White Rabbit, Chessie Cat, and Marcher, that between those 3, 2 of them get semi-limited, which makes the deck even less consistent. So I feel like that is something we can see, that we can possibly expect. Something that I have on my radar. I want another direct hit to Malice, even though it might be a very small one, and that would be what we are looking at there, possibly. So let's see. And then I feel like Ryziel is still very strong in the form of Mitsurugi Ryziel, and same approach here. Same approach. X Ryziel is already semi-limited, but is still, of course, very much the best Ryziel card out of all the Ryziel main deck monsters. So go down 1 more. Bring it down to 1 as it is in the TCG as well. 1 X Ryziel. The deck still is very strong, but they're just not going to have the X hard drawn as often as they have before. And also overall it just hinders the consistency of the deck a little bit more as well. So X Ryziel to 1 is what I'm also suspecting is going to happen. And then I think they're usually also just letting some cards off of the list. A deck that is really not doing anything too much anymore is the Blue Eyes deck. But we still have the Maiden of White semi-limited. And I feel like There is no discussion to be had. Blue Eyes is nowhere near close the power level of Mitsurugi and Malice. Therefore, just put Maiden of White back to free. I think nobody will complain. Blue Eyes players, which are good for the game because they're usually casual players that got back into the game because of Blue Eyes, can enjoy a third copy of Maiden of White. So yes, sure, do this. The furnitures are still hit for some reason. Yeah, another good point. We can also just definitely go into the labyrinth there for a little moment. For some reason, nobody knows, Stovey Torby is still semi-limited. So just put it back to free. I don't think anyone would be super upset about it. Same thing for Chandelier. Essentially almost the same card. Just put Chandelier and Stovey Torby back to free. Everyone will be happy with that. I am playing Labyrinth myself, so I would personally even be happy with it. So just do us the favor and go ahead and put those Chandelier and Stovey Torbys back to free, please. I think Master Duel just for gore. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Maybe they did actually for gore. That is a very, very, very valid point. Chat, what else is there? We're getting the input from chat now. What else do you want to see happening on the list? What else do you want to see on the list? Is there something else where you're like, this needs to happen? If this happens, Master Duel gets better. Moon. Ooh, that's an interesting one to discuss. Because that is something that just very, very recently happened in the TCG. Moon of the Closed Heaven. The link that allows every deck to go into Fiendsmith combo was forbidden in the TCG. And it's still very much free here in Master Duel. I can see it. I was definitely a fan of it in the TCG, that they did it there. Probably not going to happen, though. Probably not going to happen, I think. Might be, but probably not going to happen. One card, though, that we absolutely did not adjust just yet, and chat is just making me aware of it. Please! Was just forbidden in the TCG a week ago, but people at Master Duel are also doing it. People at Master Duel are also Mjolnir locking. Please. Take it away from us. Take it away. Gem Knight and Crystron are Mjolnir locking. Please no. And I don't know whether they're so connected to the game and whether they're so heads up on the hits, but apparently the new wave is actually going for Archlord Christia instead of Mjolnir at the moment, which is the same problem. It's the same problem, okay? Like, just get rid of Christia and Mjolnir for good measurement. Just leave them out. Nobody's going to miss them. Maybe? Maybe nobody's going to miss them. Yeah, but realistically, we want those cards to also be gone. Realistically, we don't really need that, so just do us the favor, please, Master Duel, and get rid of those cards. But yeah, everyone, that was already it. I don't think, once more, that it is going to be a very big list. The approach that Master Duel is taking, that they're just treating it as little patches month after month after month, where they're updating the Forbidden Unlimited list with just a couple of changes, and I think that trend is going to continue. Let me know whether you like that, or whether you would hope for bigger lists and more changes at just 1 month at a time. That's something I'm very interested in. Also, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and let me know in the comments what would be your most desired hit on that upcoming list. And yeah, we're going to see each other very, very soon here.